All right, what we got here? This is what we're looking at. Warm up for Friday. Yeah, some of these might look familiar to you, especially if you have integrity and doing most of the warm ups. I might make a head puzzle out of this, even though Logan doesn't want me to. Just a little bit more accountability for those of you. Give you some points and see. You can see what a warm up looks like if you haven't seen one in a while. It sort of forces you if you get points for it. But copy this down. Go see how you did. Get all the answers, then come back, see how you did, or come back and get help if you don't know how to do some things. I know that some of you, if you haven't been watching my warm-ups, like yesterday's warm-up, we went over how to get the area parallelogram. You might get stuck on these, right? So you might watch yesterday's warm-up or come back and get the answers here and make yourself a promise that you start doing that, okay? All right, we'll see you in a bit. And here we are, most popular diamond ever. No, it's not really, but look at there, 60, 19, 4, and 15. 4 times 15 is 60. 4 plus 15 is 19. All right, how about 52 and 17? Well, check this out. Warm up 52 and 17. Yeah, start paying attention to these things, right? 4 times 13 is 52. That's cards in a deck. And 0.001 or 1,000th and 1100ths. That's 1/10 and 100, right? Multiply like no decimals there. 1 times 1 is 1, but I moved the decimal over once to pretend that was a 1. I moved it over twice here to pretend that was a 1. So I had to move it over 3 spots in my answer. So I have to go back 3 spots in my problem. I have to go back 3 spots in my answer. And we say to fill in the egg carton there, right? 1, 2. All right. Okay. When I add, you stack them, line them up. Whoops. 0, 1. Since this bottom one comes out to the hundreds place and the top one only tenths, I'm going to add a 0 in the hundreds place. All right, it's less confusing, and especially when you're subtracting and make sure you get it right. Now, 4.5, 4.5, did I make a mistake? Well, you made a mistake if you don't know the answer because you didn't do the warm-up from the second, right? Start doing that warm-up. 3 times 1 and 1/2, that's 3 ones is 3, 3 halves is 1.5. That adds to 4.5, and 3 plus 1.5, 4.5. All right. Now, 2 sides are the same in a triangle. That makes it isosceles. Okay. 2 sides in a triangle are the same. It makes it isosceles. Yeah, I'm going to spell this one with the O, that with the E, because I forget. All 3 sides different, it makes it scalene. If all 3 sides the same, it's called equilateral. Equal lines, right? Equal sides. Now, if all 3 angles are pointy, they're smaller than 90. If you think of a 90 at like the edge of a square, they have those angles close in a little bit. That point becomes more pointy. That's called acute. If all 3 are acute, the triangle is acute. You'll always have at least 2 acute. Now, this is not acute. That's obtuse, right? And so if you have an obtuse angle, it's called an obtuse triangle. It only needs 1, right? The other 2 are going to be acute. If you have a 90-degree angle, and that's what this means, that means a right angle, which is 90 degrees, you would also call it a right triangle. So this is isosceles and acute. This is scalene and obtuse. This is isosceles and right. Okay, you can name them after the sides and also after if they have all 3 angles acute or 1 obtuse or 1 right. Okay, all right. Area of a rectangle is easy. You multiply the length times the width. 4 times 6, 24 square meters. 4 times 18 is 72 square centimeters. That's all you got to do. Okay, now parallelograms, all you got to do is how wide is it times how tall is it. Now, that's not how wide or how tall, so I don't care about that 5 for the area. I care about 8 times 4.2. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 0.2 is 1.6. So the area of this is 33.6 square inches. Okay, now, how do I know that? Well, I could, because this is parallel to that, chop this triangle off, slide it over here, and it would fit in there perfectly. And I've just made a rectangle that's this wide and this tall. And you know how to get the area of a rectangle. Okay? Same idea here. You don't care about that 4 for the area. You care about the 3. And 3 times 17 is 51. We're talking area, so it's square meters. Okay? And again, you can see it if you chop off that triangle, slides over here. Why does it slide over there fit perfectly? Because this angle is the same as that angle. It's going to be a perfect fit. Now, 8 is the same as 7 with 5/5, right? I need fifths. So I subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3, and 7 minus 2 is 5. Boom. 9 is the same as 8 and 7/7. 7 minus 3 is 4. 8 minus 3, 5. 12 and 1/5 is not enough to take away 2/5. So I got to borrow from the 12, make it 11. I borrowed 1 whole. How many fifths do I get? 5/5. 5/5 minus, oh, I can't subtract yet, plus the 1 I already had. Don't forget to add what you already had. So I have 6/5 minus 2/5 is 4/5. Now I have 11 minus 3 is 8. Okay. Easiest warm-up ever. I should probably make an Ed puzzle out of it, huh? Let's see if I end up with enough time to do that. Otherwise, happy Friday. Well, either way, happy Friday, right? Have a great weekend, everybody.